one of my big things is, I said earlier, a lot of people look at it as a side act. I truly don't, because I'm going to tell you this. There are plenty of shows I could go back and talk about where, man, they were just okay monster truck shows, but I seen some freaking awesome tough truck racing. And the tough trucks were the show that night. The monsters weren't very good.
Right.
But it kind of saved the show. I feel like it's a unique opportunity in Ohio with so many guys that we're going to try to do this. I'm hoping we'll get some support. I know not everyone's going to be able to do it. I know some of the shows are a little too far away. But the cool thing to that is going to be some of your lower level guys that right there in West Central Ohio that may be a 10th place guy and, a good night's knocking on the top 5. Well, if the big boys don't travel, guess what? They're going to go get wins.
Yep, they're going to be the top. They got that shot at being the top dog. I know at least a handful of guys, including Wes himself. And you got 2 other ones that I'm really, really close with besides Wes. They're ready to head out, and they're coming out this weekend. And I know those 2 besides Wes are going to be a major part of the series. I met Jason Daniels a couple of times, but I haven't got a chance to see him. Shoot, it's been 10 or 15 years.
I will tell you,
10 or 15 years from him running. I haven't seen the new truck run, so
it is a very sweet piece. He's the first guy to get a hold of me. I think it was about 4 years ago, and we brought him and a few others to Fort Wayne as an exhibition thing. And I know there's a few people that are a little unhappy with what we're doing with Fort Wayne, but what a lot of those people don't realize is the Fort Wayne show this weekend is nothing but an exhibition. We had some quad racing and stuff that was going to fill in this year, but Supercross is at Indy, and all those guys are going there. So Wes helped me out by grabbing a couple of real quick guys. It was some of the first guys that answered their phone, and we're not doing anything crazy. We only got 4, maybe 5 trucks is going to be over here, but it'll be something for the fans to understand. And then next year, I'm going to reward guys that come out and run with us. We're going to do an indoor show in Ohio, maybe 2, and then we're going to do Fort Wayne, and I'm going to invite the people that run with us first. They'll at least get the first option.
And that's good. And that's another thing. And that's across the board. And I'm sure you've seen it, JR. Promoters, you got your followings, and then you got some because you see it all the time on Facebook, man. And I know you probably dealt with it yourself. All because somebody had one bad night. It wasn't the promoter's fault, or you had a hiccup because there was a delay or this. But you see so much with the promoters getting bashed anymore, man. And I know. And they wonder why people get out of it.
Right. And I'll tell you, we got a unique situation this year. I know Wes has kind of been the face of what we're doing right now, and he doesn't have all the answers because we're still working out with all the fairs and trying to make sure we've got all the guaranteed money. Everything that I guarantee, I do. That is one of the number one things. If I've got to pull the money out of my pocket because it didn't happen, that's going to happen because that's what you got to be. And Wes really stepped up at the end of last year and was one to do some of his own stuff. And, we kind of did a little bit of talking. And I told him, I don't really understand the tough truck world. I mean, you got guys that show up that got a motor sitting in their passenger seat. I mean, it's everything, everything from the stockest thing to that's not even a truck. So, I had to get somebody on the inside to kind of help out with this a little bit. And he kind of worked on the rules because we'll face it, there's not everybody's built the same, but I kind of wanted to make sure, at least starting out, we kept megas out because
Right.
I just don't. I don't think the two go together. So
Well, with mega trucks, man,
No.
you got the. I'm sorry, and people that watching, if they don't agree with me, all those are is baby monster trucks, man. They got too much motor, too much for the style of the modified rough trucks. I mean, they're cool as
yeah,
hell. I love watching them. But for what you guys are wanting to do and what I've been around this sport since here in Ohio since it started, it's come a long way. And mega trucks has got their own thing. That's a separate
yeah.
thing. But
Well,
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's not a disrespect towards them.
uh-uh.
It's a lot of the fairs that we go to. I mean, you guys are very familiar with Knox, and
Yep.
I get a very tiny area at Knox. So, you got to bring in what's going to work best in your area. I think the tough trucks have a really good shot. I've had a lot of stock guys reach out to me
I was
about,
one of them.
yeah,
I was
why
one of
don't you
them.
just do this with stock?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one of the things I want to tell people. I'm not against the stock stuff at all. I love it. But my whole reason for leaning a little more towards the modifieds is a couple things. One, they're not welcomed everywhere. Two, a lot of your modified guys take pretty good care of their stuff, and when they roll in, it has a certain presence.
Oh yeah.
And it has a little bit more than the stocks, and that's not me dissing on them. It's just being honest. A monster truck show presence is a big thing, and when you're going to have kids around the trucks and all, you don't want a bunch of sharp edges and stuff. And I give the Ohio modified guys a ton of credit, man. There's a lot of really nice iron over there.
Speaking of Mr. Daniels, he says excited for this weekend. Just need to clean it up and get it loaded.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And he's a super good guy. Every time he's been around.
I haven't seen him in person in almost like 10 years. It's been that long since
Yeah.
I've seen him in person. I've stayed in contact through like Facebook Messenger with him and stuff. And he's had some stuff. He was supposed to come to a couple local shows, but he had some things come up where he couldn't make it. So I get it. I mean, shit happens.
Yeah. Him and Wes came out to Van Wert County Fair last year. We had a really good show. Wes was sick of death. He got a beating. Now, might have been because Jace's truck shut off, but we won't tell that story.
We'll just leave it as a W for the night. You get one bragging night. That's all you get, Wes. One time. We'll
There you
let
go.
that.
We take what we can get sometimes.
Yeah, he might have almost got lapped in the second race, but we're not going to talk about that either.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as the guys are going out there, I mean, yes, having fun, enjoying themselves, getting to show what they're capable of doing with these trucks. Back to your stock thing, I know me and Wes know some guys with the stock. They can call them stock, but there's some guys, as we know, that's got some Cherokees they're just minus the horsepower underneath the hood to hang with some of the modified guys.
Oh, Chris, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, Chris. They might have little helper thing in the truck with the horsepower.
Hey,
But
I'm just going to say, them Cherokees fly, especially over bustes.
Well, I got one. I'm in the process of building one for this year, so we're going to see what happens. I may come and play at Knox this year if it's done in time. Do both nights, and it ain't going to have no sharp edges or nothing on it as long as I don't roll it before then.
Well, and see, that's one of the other good things. Kind of the modified guys got a little bit more invested into theirs. They're more apt for traveling. And that's when Wes and I were sitting down talking about it, it just made the most sense to kind of go this route for this year. And, I think guys are going to have fun with it. I'm hoping, when I was telling you, my goal is 10 races. I'm really kind of hoping to maybe create a drop race or two in there, because let's face it, we've all had truck trouble on the way to an event,
Yes,
or
sir.
we've had a family emergency or something. So, and heck, just work, life in general. So I'm hoping to, maybe get a drop race or two in there. And I've got two places outside of Ohio that really, really want some good racing. I got them to give us some decent purses. The first event, June 6th, we're going down to Florence Speedway. That track promoter down there, yes, that guy is flat awesome. I'm telling you, he puts on a $75,000 to win dirt late model race. He rewards people that puts on a good show. So I told him,
that's nice. That's the kind of people you want to do business with, man.
For sure.
Right. And I'm really trying to get the word out, because he's guaranteeing 1,000 to win, and we're going to try to pay the top 8 places. So that way we can try to get at least 8 guys with fuel money going back home. But the thing people don't understand, if we go down there and we put on a good show, this is the type of guy. Last year when the monster truck show was over, he had one truck that he really liked. He drove back, took $1,000 out of his pits and gave it to the guy. He's like, you put on a show. Nice. I had some mud drags going on, and I had a guy wreck. He walked over and gave him $300 cash out of his pocket. He said, I know it doesn't fix anything, but people are going to remember that wreck. It was cool, and I just want to help you out. So
that's the people you want to align yourself with.
Exactly. And this is going to be our 6th year going there doing monster trucks. And I really think that the crowd that comes there, they'll eat the tough trucks up big time. We did a small one a couple years ago, and it was popular. It was more of an exhibition.
That's at Florence, Kentucky, right, JR?
Yeah, just south of Cincinnati.
Oh, perfect location. Any of my guys in Pennsylvania, Oklahoma wants to get in on this, I will be sharing that I'm friends with. If you want to get in on this June 6th, this is a prime location for you guys, kind of right in the center of all of us. So if you're watching or anything else, here's your opportunity in this summer.
And that's the thing. We're trying to create a lot of different events. This is an experiment for this year. I think it's got a good chance to work, and I'm hoping, we got some signature stuff that we're looking at doing over the next 2 years. And, I would really like to get back to having, some jamboree style events. And this is kind of
awesome.
There's a little bit of test. Hey, who out there is interested in doing this kind of stuff still?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, the old promoters for the jamborees, all they got right now is Bloomsburg and Indy. But at the same time, the people that was running it after they left such a bad taste in people's mouths. They're having a hell of a time building back up, because they got rid of what everybody came for the jamborees: the mud runs, the monster trucks, and the tough trucks. Yep. Those were the big draws, and then now they're trying to build it back up again, and then it's taken them a while since they got back into it. But I think they got something going. Of course, being especially being Indy. I mean, that was the granddaddy of them all. But I miss Lima here in Ohio. That was always a good time. So, but we definitely need something like that, JR, and hopefully this works out for you, where you can continue in your home state and bring it over here to Ohio, man. You know
what? Like you think this is great? I'm doing more shows in Ohio than I am in Indiana. So
really?
Ohio's quickly becoming my second home.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the fair conventions, it's like for the Ohio Fair Convention, it was nonstop at the booth. Saturday, nonstop at his booth. So I can attest to what he's saying. We're booking
it's
shows.
Freaking awesome. We need this shit because it's growing again. This side of the motorsports, besides truck and tractor pulling, is becoming huge, and Ohio's a huge motorsport state to begin with. And now with the monster,
Absolutely.
your promotion coming in and adding the rough trucks that are already, part of your monster truck show, let alone the local fair side, these mod guys are getting the double dip in 1 week twice. They get to
Yeah,
show their shit off for two different times. So I mean, it's a
right.
win-win
And
for both parties.
right. And the nice thing is it's going to be two totally different type of events. So when you're at the rough truck events, you're one truck at a time and crazy obstacle course. I
Yep.
don't have the room to do that because I got to try my best to give a good monster truck show. So that's why we're going to be a little bit more heads up racing. Um, I'm not going to say our tracks are going to be perfect, but the nice thing is I think Wes is pretty connected with people to, get me some good driver input back to where we could constantly work on this and try to understand what we need to do to have good tracks. I mean, if you talk with Brad, he'll tell you, man, he's went to a few shows in the past where either I barely had jumps or I had them way too bad to where he couldn't do much with them. So, we've learned a lot, and we're going to keep learning.
The thing
Hell
of it
yeah.
is too with the track setups, because I'll be honest, I got an experience first time monster truck helping last year at the Hartford Fairgrounds, which I've been talking to some people, by the way, to let you know on the fair board about stuff. So, but I helped firsthand watch the track get built. You can tell the difference between somebody that's used to building monster truck tracks to come
Sure.
down to the tough truck tracks. It's like night and day. You gotta tone everything back for what you build for a monster truck track, and it's hard
Right.
to get it, and it's
Oh
hard to
yeah.
get it right.
Yeah.
So,
And the beauty of the tough trucks is kind of the speed aspect.
hmm
You got to have enough to slow them down, but you can't go too crazy because if guys are out destroying their stuff, they're not going to travel the next night or 2 nights later. So you got to find that happy medium.
and that's the bad
Right.
part about me and Wes has talked, and like Dale and everybody else, all the guys I'm buddies with. A lot of these local fairs, they set it up because they want to see destruction, but at the same time, you'll get that in your stock class. But still,
Correct.
these guys with the mods like Wes and everybody else, Jason and them, they don't mind the jumps, but when you got motocross jumps at some of these local fairs, the guys aren't gonna put on the speed show and give it air and all that stuff because they're not gonna break their shit because you want to be
No,
ignorant
fuck no.
for a
Right.
couple $100 to win.
Yes. And that's kind of the show that Wes is going to be doing down at Claremont County. It's a place that's never had any rough trucks or anything. And, we're going to try to set it up a little bit different. He's got some really good track ideas for
Yeah.
going in and making a good obstacle course. But no matter what kind of track you've got with some of the stocks, especially they're probably going to be super, super stocks. They're going to destroy stuff anyhow. So,
Right.
yeah, you're going to have your carnage there. There's no reason to try to break everything that shows up.
Right.
Yeah,
And
true.
there's one fair. It's sad. I mean, I don't know. Everybody complains about it every year, and it's total carnage. And that's down at Noble County Fair. Their
Gotcha.
starting jump, their starting jump, Jr. and Wes can attest for this from seeing video, is literally like a watching the Nitro Circus style jump for the dirt bikes, dude. I mean, it literally launches you straight up in the air, and they set
Hell
that up
yeah.
every year like that.
And there's a reason
I mean,
That's
my truck
awesome.
don't go there. There's
now,
a couple
now,
tracks
hey,
my truck don't go to.
I'm going to throw something
Hell yeah.
totally different at you. I do a show in Rushville, Illinois. It's called the Schuyler County Fair. And everything that shows up there is knock the windows out and run.
Okay.
And those guys are intentionally out to destroy their stuff. So I kind of got both ends of the spectrum.
Right. I mean, that's understandable. But I mean, when you've got this, it's one of your main attractions for the night. I get you're gonna have carnage on some of the stuff, but still
Yeah.
give it to where you're not gonna break your back or where you're not gonna be able to ever drive again or never want to come back because you're tearing it up. Somebody their first
Yes.
run breaks it right off their first run and they're done and they can't do nothing. It's
Yes,
pointless.
you're
A
exactly
amount,
right. And it's no fun when that happens either.
No,
No.
it ruins your night. Makes for a bad night.
Yeah. Well, that's why when Wes and I were really talking about this, I was really pushing at him. We need to try to put together a little series, and that way, guys will know what they're going to get. It's not going to be something for everybody, but at the same time, we're not trying to take over from anyone.
Right.
We didn't set out to go sign rough truck events. We're going to do a couple because fairs don't have anybody, and other people that do them didn't want to go there. We're going to go try to help them out and see if we can do something.
Yeah, because
But
like you
outside,
said before, it can turn into something huge, like Florence
for
down
sure.
there at the Florence Speedway. Look what it's done for you. You're going on
Yeah.
6 years down there, man. I mean, that's awesome.
exactly. And, I think we can have a lot of fun with this. It's been pretty positive feedback. I know a lot of people would have liked us to have been a lot more organized with, hey, here's everything all at once. It just kind of wasn't feasible. I was able to get a couple fairs to jump on board early and trying to reel a few more of them in to really understand that we're not trying to mess up their rough truck night or anything.
Right. It's a bonus show, basically. You're getting a bonus show for the monster trucks. I mean, you're not only getting monster trucks, you're getting good old fashioned side by side racing in the modified tough truck world, like the monster trucks, except you're getting a baby version of them, where the guys are going out and showing what their trucks are, their drivability is on these short courses for them. So I mean, they're getting double dip in the show. I mean, it's freaking. I love it, and it's good to see this.
Another thing we're trying to do. We want competitive racing at these events. We don't want people just come out there, show up, and grab their money. We want good competitive racing. Is another reason we went to this.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a big part of what we're going to be talking with different drivers on with, track builds. We may have to, if we've got a huge motor difference, we may have hairpin corners or stuff. There's several different things you can do with the track to kind of even up some of your competition. But at the end of the day, if you're a heck of a driver, you're a heck of a driver.
That's actually that. And that's the thing, and this is all the years of being around the rough truck, JR. Most of these tracks and stuff, even at the Jamboree, it comes down like you said. It's the driver. You can have all the horsepower in the world, and all you do is feather it one time the wrong way in a turn or over a jump. It can cost you a race at any time. So I mean, this is great for the heads up game for what people's wanted for a long time since the Jamborees disappeared to see this kind of stuff, and they're getting it now on the local fair circuit with monster trucks. So you can't go wrong when you got that going on.
That's part of the joys of the experience, is getting to see some of these drivers get a challenge in their abilities, yes?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
You're right about that, John McSmith. What about all the torque you want too? I mean, the torque and horsepower. I mean, it's there. But yeah, this is it. You can have a course. It can be the fastest course you want, but like you said, JR, you throw a hairpin turn in there, the better driver's going to could end up taking that race when it happens because there's just that one little thing that can change the outcome.
Exactly, and.
Sure.
No, I mean that's just that's the thing that's the beauty of it. It makes it fun, and that's why we're going to try to change courses up as much as we can and do some different things. I'm definitely excited.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what you bring. And let's hope this year at Knox the rain stays away for you guys this time compared to last year.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I'm telling you this. Here's how invested I am into Knox. I am literally bringing one of the best monster truck shows I can bring. I've got Dirt Crew, Dozer, Blockhead. What's their other one? Dozer, Blockhead, Maximus, and then I believe it's American Scout and Hooky coming over. And then I'm actually, the night before, I'm doing a show in Farmington, Missouri, but I will be at the Knox show.
Wow, talking
so
about
it's going to be. We're gonna be doing some team driving in the overnight to get over there, but
nice.
Come morning, we will be there.
Unfortunately, I will not be at Knox this year for the Monster Truck Show because I'll be in Claremont County.
That's all right, man. That way you got a way to build up a following and everything else down there, man.
Yep.
And hopefully Claremont show will go good for you. I'll definitely be at Knox since it's my hometown fair and everything else supporting it. So.
Yeah, and I think the Claremont guys have kind of stuck some money behind their event that we're going to be putting out here pretty soon, and I think it'll be a very, very solid show.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it. Being my first promotion, and like I said Monday night, I'm taking my truck with me, so that way I can still get some points for the night. I'm just not going to take any money if I win.
Yep, it gives you more seat time too, man.
Yeah. And we're going to also, I don't know if we'll get any modifieds down there because there's not really many in the southern part of the state. There might be a couple sneak down. We'll see. But I want to make sure the fans kind of get to understand the difference in them. And, we're also going to run side-by-sides with them that night too. Just to kind of make sure we have a good, full, well-rounded show.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way you got to do it, especially for being a first-time deal for that fair. I mean, but still, that's going to be freaking awesome to have something like that going on for there. And being down in that area too, maybe you'll get lucky and get some of the Kentucky boys and West Virginia mod guys might venture up there. Who knows? I'll make sure I put the word out too. So
the Kentucky boys have disappeared.
Most of it now is us Ohio boys, Pennsylvania, Missouri, and Oklahoma guys, and then you got Larry McCormick out there with his ordeal, and his tough truck guys are all out there in Cali and stuff out that way.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this. I think even the Missouri scene is down right now because I've had trouble trying to get trucks in the St. Louis area. We're actually running something called autocross out there and basically doing it with cars. And so
some of the fairs around here still do the autocross. It's kind of neat. It's kind of kind of watching the racing, and it's like a derby all combined in one. It's pretty much what it is. There's a lot of carnage that goes on during a lot of these autocrosses.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, as a promoter, man, my whole goal is to try to bring as well-rounded an event as we can. Because like I was saying earlier, monsters have bad nights. If you've got a really good group running with you, they can always enhance the show and pick it up. And when you have a well-rounded show, like, heck, Knox last year, think about it. If we didn't have tough trucks in the mud, how bad would that show have been?
Yeah, because Mother Nature put a damper on that show. I actually got one of my followers and really good supporters of this channel. He actually works at Lucas Oil Speedway. He made the comment about checking in, coming out there at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Nice.
Bringing a monster truck show out there.
Yep. We're all about it. We got a couple big racetracks we're going to this year. We signed Coles County Speedway. We're going to Lake Ozark Speedway out in Missouri. We're going to Macon Speedway,
Nice.
and I'm working with a certain NASCAR track. We might have a nice little event in November down south somewhere.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody stay
Oh,
tuned for
yeah.
that if it happens.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing. Just some of this stuff, trying to get some of the fun stuff going again, and a lot of people kind of they'll question me. Well, you got to hate Monster Jam. No, I actually love Monster Jam because they put monster trucks on TV every single day of the week, and every single person knows what a monster truck is. So I can thank them for that. But what I don't like is it's all a monster truck show. They don't try to put on a full event. And, we get a lot of beginner drivers and new to the scene or some of the retired drivers. And, I kind of consider us like the truck series of monster trucks a little bit. We got a nice little mixture. We got big dogs like Bigfoot coming in, and like the Bushes sneak in and steal truck races and stuff from time to time. But, we got a lot of up and coming guys, really proud of Thomas Borders and what he's done with his team, and Colton Kaiser and that group with the American Scout truck. So it's been a very cool thing to see.
Well, and it's neat too. Also, the difference with watching Monster Jam, you get that stuff. You get the kind of the experience, but with what you guys are doing with your pit parties and everything else, it's way more of I think a better experience than I've been to a Monster Jam show. Yeah. But going to fair monster truck shows is a hell of a lot better because you get more interaction with the drivers. It's seeing the truck.
Yes,
it's more genuine.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's more genuine.
You're exactly right. It's much more genuine. You can go up and ask a question. You can, you can sit in a tire and take a picture. And
hell yeah.
I love it and hate it. Monster Jam's the NASCAR side. They're the first ones to get the multi-million-dollar lawsuits, and you can't touch stuff anymore. And I get that, but I feel like you got to have somebody like me out there getting kids to fall in love with it again.
Yeah. Well, like I talked with a lot of the guys on here, Wes included, we're losing the younger generation. We got to get them back. Because if we don't have this up-and-coming younger generation into the motorsports side, we ain't going to have nothing when we're going. There's not going to be – we won't ever be able to do something to talk about this.
Me and my sister.
So here's one of the things to think about. When we're doing a monster truck show, you got so many kids out there, and you get a lot of teenagers. Well, a good, solid monster truck right now, you're going to pay minimum of $200,000, and if you want top of the line, you're going to be $300,000 to $400,000. There's not many people that can go do that. They just can't. But you think about it. You can find solid used modified trucks at a $10,000 to $15,000 range. It may not have the latest greatest on it, but you can go get a solid piece for $10,000 and go out and compete.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing with that too, with doing the pit parties with the having a modified truck. It relates to the, like you were saying, to the fans. Hey, I can achieve this,
Yes.
But still.
But
two at the time too, some of these guys has gotten lucky that's they could end up where they could wheel a monster truck eventually, but it never doesn't always happen. But there's always the tough truck side of things. It's always there, as long as it keeps people stay involved.
Yep. Well, and I don't know if Wes has ever told you, but he traveled to a few different events last year, and luckily most nights he's able to just load his truck up. But when he got done several nights, he went over and helped guys tire down, and just kind of met people. Found out we all put our pants on the same way.
Yep.
You know, nobody treated him or looked down upon him because he was in a rough truck. You know, they enjoyed him.
Oh yeah.
Well, and it's nice. Well, and the nice thing of it is what helps with that is the community you've circled yourself with for the monster trucks that you bring in and everything else. That helps a lot too. That right there in itself helps too.
Well, I'll be the first to tell you, there's been a lot of very, very bad promoters go through Ohio. One of the absolute worst still does a few shows in Ohio, and he's created a lot of very bad situations.
Ooh.
At the same time, there, just like your world, there's a lot of snakes in the monster truck industry and drivers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm slow to open my circle. I run mainly the same 15 to 20 trucks every season. We'll experiment a little bit here and there with somebody. You know, once you're in, you're good. But, you know, I do everything I can to try to keep a good group.
And that's the key. I mean, that's that key back to, again, with like what you're wanting to do. You guys are putting, you and Wes are together to grow. I know like it's going to be a few hiccups here and there this season with the modified stuff. But if you get the people like you have with the monster truck crews and stuff, man, you could explode. It could be one of these. It could be the next big thing. Everybody, and then you could, like you said, venture off to where if it goes like it should, and which it should, you can go just where you'd start doing individual rough truck shows indoors, not only monster trucks, but have a separate show for the modified bills.
Well, and see, that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand. Like this weekend in Fort Wayne, you know, I'm paired up with tractor pull guys. We were paired up with Demolition Derby last year. I mean, we brought in 110 dump truck loads of dirt yesterday. That's a very expensive bill.
Yeah.
And
110 dump truck full to put in that arena.
Holy
yes.
shit.
Yeah. So the pulling strip has to be a minimum of 18 inches thick to stop the trucks and tractors.
Right.
So if you think about it, it takes a lot of dirt to get above that 18 inches.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're kind of sharing, we're sharing expenses with them. The venue at Fort Wayne, I think it seats right at 3,500. It's kind of a long track. You'd like to do a little bit more, but we'll see exactly where we turn out with fans. But just the indoor expenses, I mean, a lot of people think this number's crazy, but, you know, just in this show this weekend, we've got over 180K in it. And it's a huge number to swallow.
Right. Well, and that's the thing a lot of people don't realize, and I'll be honest with you right now, and Wes knows about it, and I know he's talked to you. I'm finding out on the promotion side of what kind of headache it can be to try to put on a show. The biggest problem, and I'm sure you dealt with it when you first started out too. Insurance. People do not want to insure motorsports events without cutting your head off.
Yeah.
So I pay over 6 figures in monster truck insurance every year.
Ouch.
So you're exactly right.
Yeah.
The insurance company makes far more money than I ever make off this stuff.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely crazy. But that also comes back to kind of one of the other points on the modified side. You know, the guys tend to be a little bit more in control. You know, yes, they push them hard, but they're not as radical. You know, I'm not. I know I'm probably going to barrel roll. I don't care. Well, these guys aren't quite doing that. They're going to go do everything they can to make the corner. If they screw it up, they're going to roll. You know, it makes a big difference when an insurance company's sitting here looking at there's a jalopy rolling and arms and legs are hanging out the vehicle, or here's a modified rolling, and it lands and it looks just like it did before it went over. So
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, I get it. So.
And
Yeah.
But
like
yeah, it's just crazy.
another thing is, I agree with JR on this 100%. Is we're gonna look at going to the RII kill boxes for these trucks, which I think is a needed thing. I'm in the process of doing my research on them right now to try to find which going to be the best one and the cost of it. Just go ahead and do it for an extra safety measure on my truck.
Well, and then the thing is, Wes, with those, I mean, how half the time you roll over, half the time that they're not there quick enough, and you've seen it firsthand where fires happen and everything
Yep.
like that, or they can't shut the motor off in time, and
Well, that's
you
where a
have
good
that.
track crew comes in.
Yeah.
But at the
Well,
same time, just in case, but you got that extra safety measure. It's an
But see,
automatic kill switch.
yeah, and it's something down the road we are definitely going to look at it investing into. It's nothing we can do right away, that is for
Right.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, I want to give you guys kind of an example of something I'm doing with the trucks this year. So to keep people off the track, I've invested into a system called Light Seaver. So every single monster truck will have, basically it's like a walkie-talkie in it that has an LED screen that when it's time to go green for racing, it flashes green. If I hit a kill switch because someone's wrecked or anything, it automatically comes up red and lets them know.
That's sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's going to be right there in the cab of every single truck.
No,
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. And the problem is, like you're saying with insurance, we've got to keep doing things like this to be better, because accidents are going to happen. They're absolutely going to happen, and we all know it. A place like Knox County, you hang up a throttle there, you better be a smart driver because there's a big old pond there at the end of the track. You're going swimming if you ain't paying attention.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Yeah. I'm amazed I haven't found any pictures of trucks in the water, but
I'll send you some. I got some. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Stop, guys.
I believe it, fellas. But as we progress through this, and if we can gain some popularity and get it to be more of a staple, then stuff like that we're going to look at to kind of help with some of the insurance costs. Hey, that's one of the big things that's helped us a lot with monster trucks and a lot of incidents. A lot of these county fairs, they just don't have the safety that you really need for this stuff. And that's one of the reasons why, you don't see Monster Jam at the county fairs. You can't go jump a truck 40 foot high at a county fair.
No, because of, like you said, the safety measures are not there to do shit like that. So
right. So that's
JR knows with the group of guys that's been running with him, like I'm one of them. I lay it all out there, but he also knows I'm in control of the vehicle. He's seen it all too often when I put her up on her nose and do my signature move.
Yes.
Well, and I mean that's the thing too. Racing in general, like I've talked with even my drag racing guys that do drag and drive. Anybody in the motorsports world, don't shortcut the safety shit. And a lot of people do that, and then you're always reading online. Somebody died or somebody's paralyzed because they shortcutted a fucking $200 safety device that could have saved them either their life or. But yes, sometimes you can have all the stuff, and it's still misfortunes happen. But it's mostly the ones that shortcut safety.
Yes, and here's the thing to think about. At these fairs, don't get me wrong, everyone's got fire trucks, ambulances, and that's great. Most of them are volunteers. They're used to coming up on an accident, assessing the season, and hitting it. They're not always standing there with their coats and stuff on. Does it really cost that much to get a fire jacket? You can go on Speedway Auto Parts and get fire suits pretty decent.
Oh,
You know,
$300
spent
for a full
exactly.
suit.
My thing is, I just
Yeah.
went and bought a fire jacket. Even if I'm running stock, I'm still. You never know
Yeah.
that chance of what's going to happen. I went ahead. The wife
So
ended up buying me one for this year. So, and that's
I'll
one
be
thing I've always
honest.
wanted.
I'll be honest. This year, my belts are new, my helmet's new, my fire suit's new. I got shoes. The only thing I don't have is gloves, and that was all bought because like I started looking into my belts. Well, I realized my belts were from 1995.
It's time to change.
They'll start getting free. Yeah, that's definitely one. The thing with belts too, you got to watch. I mean, I've got a couple used sets that are like 2 years old, but I looked at one of the sets. They were fraying on the inside. Unless you flipped the belt over and looked, it was fraying. Who's to say I used that set in my truck and it cut loose and I barrel rolled and it actually throws me out of the truck when I'm running. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, that's a key thing to look
Yeah.
at too with that shit.
Yep,
So
you're
a
exactly right.
good instance of that. Sorry guys, my phone was dying, so I'm trying to
You're
get
good,
her
man.
plugged in and put up.
That's like my buddy
Another
Ezekiel
good
said. It's
instance of
on
that.
their thing.
My first race, I just threw a old 5-point in a stock Cherokee, rolled it at Hartford. Well, the 5-point harness came loose. My racing seat broke. Yeah, it was not good. So after that, and a few other things, I've really started doing my safety measures.
Well, and with you
So,
guys in the modifieds, a lot of you guys too are getting speed, and if you guys go end over end, if you don't have the proper safety shit in there, just like with the monster trucks, like JR was saying, bad things can happen really
oh
quick.
yeah,
Well, and here's the thing: if you don't embrace safety, your sport is not going to stay around. I mean, when was the last time you seen blower cars running a mud bog or mud drag? You don't see them anymore.
Nope.
You can't even get in. You know, um, and it's crazy. I'm allowed to do a little bit of dirt drag stuff, but I've got very specific rules on what we can and can't do. Um, if you don't embrace that safety side, it's going to come around to bite you. And I know
Right.
everybody thinks it's not going to happen. I was young too. I did a lot of dumb things as well. But I can tell you this for those young guys who are thinking, man, there's no way I can afford it and all this. In December in Indianapolis is the largest racers convention. It's called PRI. You're
Yep.
part of a motorsports team. You can go online and enter. Cost you $40 to get in. There are companies there like Velocita, any of the fire suit companies. They're making deals. You buy a
Simpsons
fire suit
making
this
them, all that
weekend.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think when I bought my daughter's last fire suit there, it was buy the fire suit this weekend, get gloves, and I think she got gloves and shoes for free.
Yeah, I mean that's the
And I
thing, and
checked the prices.
it's not cheap. When you can't get
No,
deals, it's not cheap.
no, and
But yeah,
that's one of the easiest places that anybody can go do it.
right,
but it's one of the smallest prices to pay for your life.
right, or even just basically your life, or be able to walk again or anything like that. But no, this
Oh,
season. Go
like
ahead,
I
Wes.
told you on, like I told you Monday night or Monday or the first time I was on.
Yep.
Just because my shocks were set wrong, I got nerve damage in my back for the rest of my life. Sciatic nerve damage because
Right.
bad seat, bad shocks. But guess what? It didn't stop me. I'm still out here putting this truck to the limits.
Right.
I
And I
mean,
mean,
everybody's
there's
seen
some
it.
of there is people out there that they've got the stuff for that, and it takes. That's like with the Jeep I'm building. I'm putting decent shocks that it can handle most of this stuff. But I went and got me a good seat that's not gonna hopefully mess my back up or anything. I've got my harnesses, my neck brace, my helmet, got my fire jacket. So I mean, I'm ready to, I'm prepared for this year compared to before. It was always just a helmet and seat belt and go run the stock class and everything else. I've hurt my back in the past doing that, and I'm lucky I didn't mess it up worse than what it did, just being sore.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really glad you guys talking about the safety because that's one of the absolute most overlooked parts of motorsports, and I think there's a lot of people that are trying to put that emphasis out there. But I think this sport right here, there's a lot of younger guys, especially with the stock side coming in, that
Oh yeah.
some of those guys can get started off on the right way at this. It'll carry on the rest of their lives, and they'll be examples for others.
Right. Well, and that's one of my things has always been. That's like I ran last year for the first time since 2009. I made sure I had a seat bar put behind the seat, and I wasn't driving the vehicle without a 5-point harness in it because I learned my
Yep.
lesson in the past with a regular seatbelt. I've had the cuts on the neck, the where it's tightened around underneath my helmet, running the rough truck and stuff. I'm like, no. From now on, I gotta have a harness in it, and that's what the plan is. Again, from here forward, even with my kids running, they're gonna have the helmet,
Hey,
the neck brace, and stuff.
yeah.
So,
Sure.
Hey, let's have a quick awkward conversation.
all right.
So you said 5-point harness.
Yep.
Number one thing you hear guys complain about. I'm not running that nut strap. Do
I
you know
run it
what that strap is for?
all these years. No, I do not. But I've always ran it when I've had one.
Okay. So let me tell you this. All that strap is for is to keep your belts down. When you don't run that strap and you have a very hard accident, you will find the belts all the way up around your chest or in your neck. That's all that's keeping. It's not for racking you. I mean, it's just one of the things I hear all the time. I'm not going to run that because guys
You're
just
not
don't
the
even
only
understand
one.
what it's really doing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually it's your main support because I have seen the ones where they don't use it, and it don't matter how tight you get those over your shoulder and stuff. After they're done, it's like you never even tighten them. I've seen it where it's not
Yeah.
even
I
tightenable.
always run that strap.
All the guys,
I'm a firm
all you
believer.
guys do. I see all you guys run them
Absolutely.
in the mod class. They all run them.
Yeah. It goes back to covering your bases, not cutting corners.
Right. It's just that extra security, especially if you go on your top. Who's to
I
say that
mean,
you don't run that? Wes, you lived that experience in your first stock, man, where it came loose like that, where your seat broke.
oh yeah. I mean, I almost went as far as this year's going through the same style that the monster trucks run, the ratchet style.
He lost signal.
Yeah.
You make a few shows and get a few fans and tell someone you need help with safety equipment or you can't do it anymore and they will help you out. Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
Zephyr. It is. It is that way. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those. JR's experiencing some technical difficulties on his phone because of service issues. But yeah, I mean, it is. And that's a key thing anymore. And like I was saying, with the safety, it's all around racing community. You're always seeing because somebody skipped out on that little extra stuff. And a lot of race drag strips and dirt tracks, Zemphius can vouch for it, which he has. That is part of tech, or you don't race if you don't have the stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's one
Right.
of those deals that you have that happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
I
one of those
mean,
deals.
it with us we really don't have to do that ratchet style, but that just gives you a little extra tightness and security in the belts. Now, do they cost a lot more than your normal 5 point? Yeah. Um, I needed one kind of sooner rather than later, so I went ahead and just went with one of the what do they call them, the quarter turn
Right.
5 point. Uh, number one, I like that one better in case I need to get out there in a hurry. It's better than the mold click styles that you know what I'm talking about. The old where you got to shovel
Yeah,
each piece
I had
through, and
I had a set last year.
yeah, they're a pain in the
And
ass if you got to get out in a hurry sometimes.
oh
Um,
yeah, because of the way they clip in.
yeah, so that's why I went with the quarter turn lock style. Um, just just in case. I mean, I've never knock on wood, I've never caught fire in my truck or anything. Have rolled it, have came close, but thankfully I got everything shut off in time and it never happened. But
Right.
like everybody says, safety is one of the big things. I got two kids at home. At the end of the day, I'm going home to them. Um, might be a little hurt, might be a little sore, but I'll take that any day over being burned or dead.
Oh yeah. Poor JR and his self-service.
I
Poor
mean,
guy. He can't catch a break. Well, he's like he said, he's driving to work home and then going to work and everything else. So
yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I mean, me and him, that's another thing, like me and him. We both work full time jobs. I work 60, 70 hours a week, and I still do this. It takes a lot to be committed to this sport, and then me going ahead and jumping up to this, helping JR out, and promotion side of it. You gotta be really
right.
dedicated and love this sport to do that. Um,
Well, that's any
60.
sport. That's any sport, Wes. I mean, if you're going to be dedicated, well, yeah, Zephyrs. Well, hell, with most of the guys you got going out there, dude, there's some big dogs that race out there that do use the full head and neck restraints, the Hans device. And Jason Daniels is a prime example. He's another one that actually does that with it when he races.
Well, actually, I'm getting ready. I'm looking into the Hans devices. I am very dumb on them. I'm still running the classic old neck brace. Um,
That's what I do.
but my new helmet is rigged for it. Um, so I'm gonna talk to a couple of the guys that do run these Hans devices. 'Cause I know there's the Sport Hybrid and the actual Hans. I want to see which one they recommend and what I need to do different to my seat and everything to make those work.
Right. Tyler Mead just said, yeah, he went through this winter and just ripped his cage out and restarted over from scratch for safety reason. Dude, that's the way you got to go. That's like with me, with me building. I'm putting safety first with, even though it's it's stock basically, but I'm still gonna put safety first in the thing. The way the cage is set up, way my seat's set up, way my harnesses are done, just make
I
sure
mean,
everything is set where it needs to be for what it is.
so going back to what you're saying, that red Jeep I had, my first rough truck. The first race I was an idiot. I'll go ahead and say that out loud.
Were you what
I
JR said, the young and dumb, and thought you were invincible?
Well, kind of. I told myself I was going to take it easy, and then once I got out on the track, taking the easy went out the window because I didn't have a cage, didn't have a 5 point. I literally busted the windows out, took the rear hatch off, went out there and raced it at the summer race, took 19th place.
Yep, I
Now
remember that.
fast forward up to fucking Hartford. Um, yeah, it had a red neck roll cage in it. Probably not the. It was not the best. It was pretty bare minimum.
Right.
They have 5 point in it. Like I said, it was a pretty crappy one. Pretty crappy racing seat. And when I rolled, I came loose and broke the seat. After that, then I bought Jeeps that already had cages in them.
Well,
And
and
then,
sometimes those too, you got to watch buying other people's stuff. You got to go through it with like a fine tooth comb to make sure it meets your
well,
standards, though. You know what I mean?
that's why I went with one of the racers I got to know a little bit, like Tyler Peters. I knew his cage was good.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
John Yoder overbuilt this cage on this truck here.
That
Uh,
was just a John thing. John's
oh, I can
he
tell
had a
you,
bad
it's good.
Yeah, he had a
Oh
bad
yeah.
taste because he originally started with a stock, semi-stock fucking Grand Cherokee, and he found out real quick that he needed the safety was a little more. And when they built that truck, they definitely put the safety to it.
Oh
That one in
yeah.
the background was pretty heavy duty.
That's his the one he was talking about Monday.
Very
Yep.
nice. Very nice. Looks pretty solid.
What's that?
Nice tires too.
He's talking about how solid it was. He liked
Oh
it.
yeah. I thought you said sell it. I'm like, nope, that's past. You
No,
missed
no,
your
no.
time.
No, but saying it was solid, man. Damn, I wish JR
Yeah.
didn't have his phone issues.
I
was
I
enjoying.
mean, Chris can attest to this. She's played dead a couple times. She's been on her side a couple times.
She's been on her
Yeah.
nose.
Oh, she. That's signature. That's like my signature, dude. And
Oh yeah.
I'll put her on her goddamn nose at least once a race. Somebody's
Oh
saying something
yeah.
to me. You weren't driving that truck like you normally do, or you didn't give it all it had. So I
Looks
gotta
like
do
you
at
have a
least
great
once a
build for it.
race.
Yeah, it was. I resent him the link just in case the old one didn't work for him. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
got you.
dude, I'm definitely gonna have JR back up here on the show when we have the time and everything else. I mean, I get he's having phone issues. It happens. We've all been
Oh
there.
yeah.
I used to do my shows live with cell phone. I know what it's like. So if
That's
you
what
I'm
keep
on
I'm
my
doing,
cell phone
man.
now.
so
I mean,
JR,
you're
if you
lo-
are watching, dude, I definitely would love to have you back up on here.
Oh yeah, dude.
I appreciate you coming in, especially with the time frame that you're on. We're driving and working. We will definitely set up another day. That way we can have it again. Hopefully here soon. Uh, I'll just message you and see when another day is good for you. Wes, thanks again for coming up on here, buddy. I
oh, no
appreciate you,
problem.
man.
Well, it's good to
I'm
see you,
looking
man.
forward. I'm looking forward to hopefully this season works out great for you guys. I know, like we all said, it's going to be
Yeah,
a little trial and error on certain races,
Oh
but
yeah.
I think with what he's got going, he's got a big future with this happening, man. But combining
for
these
sure.
together,
Yeah, and I'm just glad to be part of it. Like he said, I jumped up. I kind of took that leap blind into it. So he's gonna be right there to help me. Show me the
get a new
way to
phone,
do it right.
Zenkius.
Um, so I'm definitely excited, but I'm also nervous to say the least.
Well,
'Cause
and it's anything,
For
it's
dude.
sure.
It's something new and it's uncharted territory for you, man. I mean, it's you're going into something that is brand new to you. On that side, kind of the promoting
Yeah.
side with him.
but
So it's
I
definitely
can't.
it's gonna be that way, bud.
Yeah, I can't ask for any better backing. I mean, I got number 3 in
Oh
the
yeah.
nation. Um,
Right.
and yo, he's willing to help. And that's the biggest thing is that as
I
soon
mean,
as
he's
I
proved
said
it here
something
tonight.
to him, he was right on with it. He was actually like, "Yeah, let's go." And for him just knowing me from racing, I mean, he probably got a better feeling than about me when I started helping the monster trucks out. I mean, that wasn't the plan. I seen people that needed help, and just like I normally am at the fairs or anything, I jump right in. I
Oh
Right.
yeah.
I might not know what I'm doing, but you're gonna show me what to do, and we're gonna get her done.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's what started happening. And like he said, there's several times, and just like Fort Wayne, Indiana, tomorrow night, me and Monkey Business, I talked to Thomas because I'm actually hauling a body up for him.
Right.
We're pulling in about the same time. I already told him, like, hey, man, you got 2 trucks up here. I'll help you tie her up, get ready, and then I'll pull my shit off the trailer and go to the track and figure out what we got to do up there. We're going to get her done.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But that's what it takes. And, anybody could have done what I done. You know, that was racing.
I'll be straight and honest with you. That'd be a grand opportunity. That's like me with the racing, any racing community dream job, turning wrenches or helping out with monster trucks or drag racing. I mean, it's all.
And it's kind of how I want to put this. When you start helping these monster truck teams out, they realize, there's possibilities there. They realize it,
Sure.
and like you said earlier, these are basically mini monster trucks.
Between you guys and the mega trucks, I mean, you guys are the second child basically of out of the three, or the third child out of the three ordeal for the monster trucks, mega trucks, and then the modifieds.
Indeed.
I mean, it's crazy because you pull up, you park beside a monster truck, and you're like, God damn, they can't even see me down here.
Exactly.
You pull up next to a mega truck, it's still like, yeah, they can see me, but they really can't see me. And then, we're just a stock truck basically, and we just got some more power and some better suspension under us.
Right.
And I mean, sharing the stage with the monster trucks, like we talked about earlier in the week, it's great, especially when you got a good promoter like JR, because he's for it. He wants us there. He's not trying to push us out.
No, it's one of those things. He's like we were talking earlier in the show tonight, bringing back the old TNT days. You watched monster trucks. You either had the arena trucks, basically the tough, rough trucks running during the monster truck show, or you had the monster trucks, and then it was hook up like this weekend, truck and tractor pulling going on. So I mean, he's bringing back our era, especially for me and him, what we grew up on.
Were the TNT days like Monster Jam, or was that just like the smaller trucks?
No, that was USA One, Bigfoot, Carolina Crusher. I mean, this is when Monster Trucks before Monster Jam was the thing.
So it's before my time. That's why I don't really know.
That's
much
why I said
about it.
me and JR relate a lot because of our age. That's why I brought up the TNT days, because there's nights that they had. I got old VHSs of the TNT, Bigfoot and USA One during a truck and tractor pull deal. Hook up to the sled right after the classes were done.
Well, I don't know if you follow Monkey Business Facebook page, but Roger Gallagher of Bigfoot that runs with us, he ran USA One and Bigfoot. One of the only drivers to do that. That's really cool.
Nice.
History on. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right there. So, especially talking to someone with that kind of knowledge and that kind of history, really opens your eyes, because he started when they were, well, I don't know if he did or not. I forget what year. 96, I think he said, is the year he got into it.
Yep.
But some of these guys ran the old leaf spring trucks that I've talked to on this tour. And then they went to the coilovers. Now they're on bypass. Now they had this, change this. You get to hear all this.
The history of what it is, and I mean that's how it started. Bigfoot started out basically as a fucking 78 or 79 F350.
78, I think it was a 250 that he just jacked up, put 40-inch tires on.
Yeah, and then
he was one of the first rednecks to do it. And now here we are putting 57s, 66s. Hell, he put 8-foot tall tires on it at one point. I mean,
8'5".
I mean, it was just a damn redneck with an idea, and he had the means to do it. I mean, that's all we are. We're just rednecks with, nothing better to do in our spare time.
The dream and ambition, you can make it happen.
Just the instead of race cars and stuff, we do race trucks on dirt.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, we like to get a little crazy with it now and then. We like to put on the show. Like everybody knows, this orange Jeep mod for its nose stands. I mean, people know what to expect when they see certain trucks pull onto the track. And not just
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I mean, we got Brad Talbot that does a damn, what was it, front flip and still keep
Oh yeah.
going. We got,
Hell yeah.
Nick Anderson, when he was still racing with us, he was known for sending that damn thing over the long jump.
Oh
Unfortunately,
yeah.
last time it cost him. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a
we're
lot
all,
of them out there, man. I mean, they were there. I mean,
yeah.
I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate I got to see, especially on the mod side, how far they've come in the rough truck community, man. I mean, it's
Right.
come from to
It,
what it is.
like you said, if you look at my truck, this is the old generation of rough truck that's still out here competing. You look at like Logan's truck
Yeah.
or
Jason's.
Cecil's truck, that's new generation. Or even Jason Daniels.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
new
Yes, you're
generation.
right. You are correct, sir. Dirt is for racing, asphalt is for getting there. 110%
Hell
on it. I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
Right.
also something to take in consideration is we got a following as a rough truck.
For sure.
Like certain trucks got their own following to them. People, like I said, people know this truck for doing this, doing that, showing up here. They know what they're gonna expect out of that truck,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we bring it to the monster truck shows. Now we're just not bringing new fans in; we're bringing our old fans with us, which is helping both
Yes.
of us out. I mean,
Yep.
that's why this year I went ahead and made my first ever Facebook page for my
Nice.
truck. Um,
Nice.
that's why I'm taking business cards up with me to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I'll probably have some at every race now. To get the name out there, get my name out there, and give these kids and or adults something to hold on to that's from Grandpa's Wings Rough Truck.
Oh yeah.
Hell
That's the
yeah.
way to do it, man.
I mean,
So
that's some things I'm looking at this year doing. Um, I'm actually already. I got 1,500 cards for Fort Wayne, Indiana. I know it seats 3,500, but I gotta look at cost too. I mean, I don't know if you ever had business cards printed. They're not. I'm not gonna say they're expensive, but they're not cheap.
no, and especially if you want them
Yeah.
done, especially if you want them done a certain way with certain designs and
Uh,
certain lettering on
Yeah.
them, they can get
So
costly real fucking
I went
quick.
through that a little bit. It's kind of a nightmare.
yeah, um, like mine, it's got a custom image on it of my truck doing its signature move. Actually, at Greenville, Ohio, with Full Throttle Monster Trucks. Me and Dale on the final race, I put her up on her front two wheels,
Yeah.
and literally Dale on the other lane. You can see him clear as day under my truck. I mean, so it's a custom image on the card. So I mean, that costs a little bit more. I mean, I'm not bitching about it, but I can't take 10,000 business cards with me either.
Right.
Yeah.
So well, good luck this weekend, man. We're gonna go
For
ahead and
sure.
we're gonna wrap her up here, bud. Good luck this
All right,
weekend. I sent JR my number through Messenger and stuff, and if you want to send him a text with my number, give it to him. That way we can stay in contact. Man. Anytime you need anything, you know how to get a hold of me. If he
Rilo.
needs an extra hand at something sometime, tell him
Oh,
don't
yeah.
be afraid to reach out, and I can try to help if I need to. And Wes, don't be afraid to ask, man. You know I'll help you if you need to,
All
brother,
right, man.
with getting this
And
shit done. So
yeah, same
Yeah.
with you. And I appreciate you guys wishing me luck. I want to take this
Oh,
to
yeah.
go ahead and wish everybody luck out there that's going up with me. Safe travels there as well. I mean, it's an expedition style race, but I know we're all competitive. We're gonna leave it hanging
Oh,
out there. Um,
you all got something great going here.
yeah. Um, I wish we could. I wish there was a way that I could tape it live for everybody, but my knowledge in that area is not there. Um,
yeah, but yeah, man, it's gonna be. And the thing is with what JR's putting together, like I said, it's bringing back the old school memories for me doing this with the rough trucks as part of the monster truck show. Like I said, it hit
I'm
home.
glad it's I'm glad it's coming back. I remember seeing some Monster Jams with it. I know it'll never come back to Monster Jam, but
Houston, Texas was always notorious all the winter time for putting on a monster truck show and bringing in what they called at the time arena trucks doing the
well,
racing.
we had a guy up here. He had that old Gravedigger body on one of the rough trucks.
Neil Powdy.
You're right.
He had
He
the old
raced with them.
Kingsley. Yep.
Yeah, he raced with them. So I mean,
That was my
I
sister's
seen
favorite.
that truck. I'm like, oh crap, they're still doing this, and they're like, yeah, no. I was like, shit. I was like, hell yeah, Gravedigger throw a body on my truck, let's go. I like Gravedigger. That's one of my favorite monster trucks, next to Bigfoot, of course.
Yeah.
And
One of my sisters as well.
a lot of people don't know about Gravedigger is he was originally a Ford panel van, not a Chevy panel van. Little piece of history there.
If they go back to the history and look up Dennis Anderson, that is exactly what the old Gravedigger was.
Yeah.
Yep. So, like I said, I've been learning a lot. I'm going to continue learning about these big monsters. Maybe someday I'll get to pilot one.
You never know, man. The endless possibilities. So,
I see great things coming from you, bro.
Good luck. Be safe. Hey, let me know you made it out there all right tomorrow when you get there after work. If not, I'll get a hold of you before Saturday to make sure you made it. Thank you for coming up again. JR, if you're watching, dude, I understand. No hard feelings. Like I said, cell service sucks. So
great to talk to you guys.
Yeah, go ahead and jump. Thank you all. Zephyus, dude, awesome to see in the comments. Everybody in the chatters box tonight, you guys were awesome. It was great to have. There he is. We'll close it out with Wes up here. There we go. We got but yeah, we had an awesome time. I'm sorry, JR had some phone issues and everything. I will definitely have the gentleman back up on here. Have JR come back up with Full Throttle. Monster Truck Promoter. Dude, an awesome guy. It's great that he took the time out of his time. Hopefully I get the chance to talk to him in person at some of these fairs and everything else, kind of hang out with him a little bit in between the show. But yeah, once again, thank you all for tuning in. Zephyus, like I said, dude, appreciate you for tonight. Johnny, once again, thank you.
Always a pleasure, brother.
I'll catch you guys Monday night. Actually, I'm doing a special thing tomorrow night here on the network. I'm doing a shop talk / garage panel for tomorrow night. Any of my motorsports guys want to come on? Zephyus, if you're free, I'm gonna possibly drop the link, or I'll get you guys to send me your email, and I'll put you up here on the panel. We're gonna hang out and have basically a bullshit session tomorrow night.
Mind if I come back for a while, brother?
You're not allowed on here no more. Yes, you're part of it. But it will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night since we don't know what else is going on. So I'm going to do an impromptu shop talk tomorrow night where we sit and talk all things motorsports. Just sit and hang out like we're in the garage and stuff. Speedway Stories is basically my interview thing. Bring people up here to share their experiences. But this is going to probably be a one-off deal. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to have like a shop talk thing where we talk race schedules, your experiences, just basically good old hangout session. So let me know. I shared it on Facebook and everything else too, and I'll post the thing up here. I'm probably gonna drop the link down, but I'm only gonna bring you up if you're willing to talk motorsports and stuff like that with us. If not, the door is not open for you guys. So come in tomorrow night, motorsports minded and everything else. If not, you will get kicked. But on that note, everybody else have a great evening. Thank you all for tuning in. Johnny, like I said, once again, Wes, JR, appreciate you guys coming up. You all have a great rest of your week. Enjoy this upcoming weekend. We'll see you guys later on. Have a good night. Bye.